Alrighty. You know those September tours that were being talked about, and I said avoid them. So tonight, apparently, it was actually their first night, and I left the cemetery around 7. Realized like, wow, there's no customers in the parking lot. What's going on? And before going to bed here, I'm like, okay, there's still no cars out there. There's no cops or anything. So what's going on? And I took a quick look at the person who's hosting the event and saw a very interesting comment. Before we get to that, I'm going to give you a rundown how this works. So, if you want to be at the Grove at night, whether it's a paid event, non-paid event, whatever, you're going to have to get some permits. Permit fees are kind of high. There is no option for refund or rescheduling. These days, there's a rare exception to COVID cancellation, and then they'll give you a refund. But there's nothing like that going on. There's no cancellation from COVID. So, if you're going to do this, the proper thing, especially if you're a business in good standing and have a good reputation or something like that, hint, hint, you would get the permit first, secure everything. Then you tell people there's an event. You take money, right? Seems like the proper way to do it. Except tonight there's no tour, so what's the deal? Well, apparently, a few hours, not days, but a few hours before this event, the first event at least, this person cancels everything, all events scheduled, of a supposed sold out event. Now, when you get these permits, though, you don't get the refund, right? So why would they cancel? Well, the reason they gave was because the county fees are too high. Well, it's not like they tacked on extra charges later. It doesn't work like that. And if you're a professional, you get the permit, pay your fees. That's a done deal. Suck it up, whatever you got to do. Then you ask for the tickets. But that's not what's going on here. They're making these claims that they have to cancel because the county fees are too high. Well, thinking about it some more, I know a little bit background on this person out of their mouth. Sometimes what they'll actually do is they'll advertise for an event, test the waters. Really probably doesn't apply to the Grove because it's pretty popular, but they'll test the waters. If there's not enough tickets sold, they'll give a refund. Now, on occasion, they don't give a refund, but that's another topic, okay? So, I don't really think that applies. The other thing that this person does, and it's so slimy, is how do I do this? Okay, so they have a history of planning out an event and then just straight up canceling. Why? Because it's good for advertising for their company. They'll make up excuses. It kind of sounds like what's going on here, but I'll have to dig into this more to see if she even applied for any permits or anything anyway. Yeah. Hold on here. I can always edit this. And it kind of applies to this person who writes books. From their mouth, they actually don't make any significant money from the sale of the books. They rely on the books as advertising for their tour company in Chicago. So, yeah, it's not something you rely on for a good steady income. Books are just not that popular, and that makes a lot of sense. Which is probably why they put together a pretty shitty book, Bachelors Grove, but that's another topic again. I had a separate video I created for this, but I thought maybe I should just give a few more details of how slimy and scammy this company is. I told you I consider these tours for this month null and void because something's going to be fishy about it. There always is something fishy. I mean, even with their regular tours, they'll overbook. Okay? Almost like an airline or something. Imagine getting, overbooking for an airline. You get there and then they're like, sorry, we can't let you on the plane. That would piss you off, right? Well, in this case with these tours, like they'll come from out of state, realize they can't get on the bus. They're told, sorry, we can't do anything for you. Maybe we give you a credit, but we can't give you a refund. And I was told, well, that's just the way of doing business. It's just the way it goes. Can't survive doing it any other way. Okay. The whole thing is just just so bad. Obviously, you're going to figure out who this is. I'm going to put a picture up of their little announcement. It's not like the events were canceled because of COVID. They're just claiming county fees are too high. So if they're even telling the truth, okay, that means they were taking people's money before they even had a permanent event. Now, I do know, like I say, that they'll take money for other kinds of events, test the waters, but also they completely intend on canceling certain things in order to get the advertising to their company. And Bachelors Grove is always a really big deal to this person for advertising because it's so popular. Hopefully you're seeing between the lines with this, okay? I could state a lot more. I wanted to make this video a little bit more complicated than the one I was going to post because I think you deserve to know a little bit of background on this. Next time they do anything, they advertise anything, please do not share anything on Facebook. Do not purchase anything from them. I mean, it's so horrible. I want to mention their name, but I'm going to leave it up to you to kind of figure it out, okay? It's just, it's so annoying. And especially, with the Grove, it just, it annoys me big time because people are being scammed one way or another, or they're being let down because of the scam, or wherever you want to put it, okay? I told you, don't deal with them, please, okay? Their company's already going down the tubes, apparently, and hopefully it'll just, go away. And the best way to do that is just don't buy a ticket. Just don't buy anything from them.